Hey, what's up everybody? This is Flashback Toys and Collectibles, and today I'll be opening up a Joker action figure from the 1989 Batman movie made by the Toy Biz Toy Company. So here is a closer look at the packaging, a fully posable figure with its own unique action feature. Squirting Orchid that shoots water. The Joker. Contains cane, hat, bellows, and tube. Now let's take a look at the back of the packaging. Collect all your movie favorites: Batman, the Joker, and Bob the Joker's Goon. The Batwing, Batmobile, and Batcave. Surprise! Water squirts from the Orchid on the Joker's jacket. Place the open end of the tube into a cup of water and depress the bellows. When you release the bellows, the tube will fill up with water. Place the open end of the tube into the opening of the Joker's back. And now you're ready for action. And this was manufactured back in 1989 by the Toy Biz Company. The Joker terrorizes Gotham City, the most dangerous madman on the face of the earth, and Batman's arch-nemesis. The Joker's on the loose, spreading fear and panic throughout the streets. Now before I open this up, I'd like to compare this with the packaging with the Joker that was released by Kenner approximately 1 year after this figure was released. Now for some reason, the people that had the copyrights for the Batman figures such as Joker and Batman were not happy with the Toy Biz Company. So about a year after the release of these figures, they granted the licensing rights back to Kenner to make some Batman figures. So we had two variants of the Joker based off of the 1989 Batman movie. This Joker and this Joker. And to make things even weirder for the Batman franchise, Kenner also made another version of the Joker back in 1984, which looks oddly similar to Toy Biz's version of the Joker. Now let's go ahead and open this up, and I'm just going to cut the bubble off the card back with an X-Acto knife. Now I can remove the bubble, then the inner bubble, and inside the inner bubble we have the cane and hat. So here is a look at everything that comes inside the packaging. We got the figure, a hat, a cane, and a bellow or a water pump. Let's go ahead and try this hat on, and I'm not sure which direction it goes. I guess we'll try both directions. And this hat kind of looks big on him. Let's try the other direction. I think it definitely goes this direction. Okay, let's take a closer look at Joker. So he's got green hair with a white face and red lips, purple jacket, purple pants, a blue vest, and purple shoes with a purple hat. And as far as the likeness goes with this figure versus the Jack Nicholson version of the Joker, there's really not much likeness at all. This guy seems quite a bit skinnier than Jack, and his face really looks nothing like him. But with all that being said, you can still recognize this is the Joker, no problem. Let's check out the articulation with this figure. So the head can swivel back and forth. The arms can move up and down. And those are a little bit stiff, but that's way better than too loose. The legs can move up and down. And then the knees can bend up and down as well. So it has somewhat limited articulation, but for back in the day, that was still pretty decent. Now let's try his cane out. So it looks like that can fit in the right hand. Like so. Now let's see how well he stands. So the cane actually helps him stand. If you want to put him in different poses, this cane will actually help. If I remove this cane, I'm pretty sure he's going to fall over. Well, I guess I was wrong. He's standing okay just like he is. Now let's check out the bellow or water pump. So I'm going to grab a cup of water right now. Then depress the bellow, stick the tube in some water. Then let go of the bellow, let it suck up some water. Then hook the tube to the back of the Joker. And now when I press the bellow, water should squirt out of the flower right here. So let's see what happens. Oh, there it goes. Whoa, that squirts pretty far. I just made a big mess. Whoops. Let's go ahead and test this out on Batman. It seems very disrespectful. So this is kind of a weird setup to hook to the back of him, but it actually works pretty good. Now let's compare the Toy Biz version of the Joker with Kenner's versions of the Jokers. So this Joker here was part of the Kenner Superpowers toy line from 1984. And this Joker here is from the Dark Knight Collection toy line from Kenner, based off of the 1989 Batman movie, and this figure came out in 1990. And as you can see, these guys look really similar to each other, and that's because Toy Biz pretty much copied this design. So if you look at the jacket and the vest and the bow tie, all of that looks very, very similar. Even the legs are sculpted pretty close to what this is. Really, the only thing that they changed was the head sculpt and the color of the clothing. Other than that, everything is very, very close. And this Joker does happen to have an action feature, so if you press the legs together like this, that makes the arms raise up and down. Where with this guy, nothing happens when you press the legs. And same thing with this newer Joker figure here. If you press the legs, nothing happens. Now let's compare the 1990 version of the Joker from the Dark Knight Collection by Kenner with the Toy Biz version of the Joker. And once again here you can see that the body types are very similar to each other. In fact, I think the same mold from the older figure was used with this figure, but for some reason on this guy, they didn't make the knees bend, so you don't have as much articulation. And I guess they must have done that to save in production costs. And this guy here actually has some pretty decent likeness to the Jack Nicholson version of the Joker. At least a lot more than this guy does and this guy. Now let's check out the height with this figure. So it looks like he measures with the hat at right around 5 inches. And without the hat, it looks like about 4 3/4 of an inch. And as far as these other Jokers go, it looks like this guy measures at right about 4 5/8 of an inch. And the Superpowers version of the Joker measures at about 4 5/8 of an inch as well. So this Toy Biz version of the Joker is slightly taller. So overall, I think this version of the Joker made by Toy Biz is a pretty decent figure. Although I do wish that he had a better head sculpt, kind of like this figure here made by Kenner in 1990. But as far as the body goes, I prefer this body here because it has a little bit more articulation because the knees are able to bend. And I also like the hat that comes with this figure. I think that makes him look better. Okay, it's now time for me to go. If you like this video, if you could hit that like button and please subscribe. And have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.